I believe Jesus died for the wrong things I've done. We'll talk more about that later. Perhaps you've already asked for His forgiveness and placed your trust in Him. If so, the Bible promises that heaven will be your future home. Jesus said so Himself. He said, "There is more than enough room in my Father's home. If this were not so, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? When everything is ready, I will come and get you, so that you will always be with me where I am." That's in John chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. The Bible says in 2 Peter 3:13, we are looking forward to the new heavens and new earth that He has promised, a world filled with God's righteousness. But we won't really look forward to that place unless we know something about its attractions before we get there, right? So if heaven, or as that verse calls it, the new heavens and new earth, will be your home someday, wouldn't it be great to learn all you can about it now? That way you can spend your whole life looking forward to the place that will be your home forever. That's what this book is all about. Chapter 1. What can we know about heaven? Revelation 21 says, "He showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God. It shone with the glory of God and sparkled like a precious stone. The city wall was broad and high. The 12 gates were made of pearls, and the main street was pure gold, as clear as glass. The glory of God illuminates the city, and the Lamb is its light. The nations will walk in its light, and the kings of the world will enter the city in all their glory. Its gates will never be closed, and all the nations will bring their glory and honor into the city." In The Last Battle, C.S. Lewis writes, "I bet there isn't a country like this anywhere in our world. Look at the colors. You couldn't get a blue like the blue on these mountains in our world." "Is it not Aslan's country?" said Tyrion. "Those hills," said Lucy, "the nice woody ones, and the blue ones behind, aren't they very like the southern border of Narnia?" "Like?" cried Edmund after a moment's silence. "Why, they're exactly like." "And yet they're not like," said Lucy. "They're more, I don't know. More like the real thing," said the Lord Diggory softly.
Is heaven a real place?
Before I answer that question, let me tell you a story. Starting in AD 1271, an explorer named Marco Polo traveled from his hometown of Venice, Italy, to China and didn't go home for 24 years. Talk about a long trip. When he returned to Venice, he described a world that the people of Italy had never seen, one that could not be understood without using the imagination. Although China was a real place, it was very different from Italy. So Marco Polo had to use word pictures and ideas that people in Venice knew in order to describe what he saw. For example, in the book The Travels of Marco Polo, he described the city now called Beijing by saying, "It is walled around with walls of earth. There are 12 gates, and over each gate is a great and handsome palace. All the plots of ground on which the houses of the city are built are 4 square and laid out with straight lines. Each square plot is surrounded by handsome streets for the traffic. Thus the whole city is arranged in squares, just like a chessboard." Think about what you would do if you were trying to describe a place you've seen but no one else has. You'd probably compare that place to other familiar places, saying, "It was like," or "It reminded me of." That's what John, one of Jesus' 12 disciples, and other writers of the Bible did to help their readers understand what heaven is like. They describe heaven as a garden, a city, a country, a kingdom, and paradise. But many people still aren't sure that heaven is a real place. They even believe people in heaven are ghosts floating on clouds. The Bible tells us, though, that heaven is a real place, just as real as planet Earth. In fact, God calls the place we'll live forever the new earth. We're human beings.